The Progressive Welfare Association, the Kenya National Chamber of Commerce and Industry Kilifi County, Malindi Residents Development Group, and Kenya Hotel Keepers and Caterers Association moved to court seeking an order for the project to be stopped until the matter is heard and determined. The road, which was to be tarmacked at a cost of 67 million shillings, is one of the 230 million shillings World Bank funded projects to upgrade the town under the Kenya Urban Support Program. The petition, which was filed before Malindi High Court Judge Ruben Nyakundi, was certified urgent, and when it came for hearing, the judge ordered the Malindi Municipal Board to suspend the tarmacking. Tukero Olekina and Conrad Otiang, the lawyers representing the petitioners, faulted the municipality for disregarding public participation in the development project and for failing to follow due process in changing the nature of the project.
There was a decision that had been made that the road was going to be finished with Cabro, but when there was an advertisement of the tender, the tender that came out was one for a bitumen finish. My clients were unhappy with that, and they wondered why.
What we have been asked to go and present before court is a petition that the public were never involved in this project, and also a petition that there was a change of the project without the authority of the people.
Sisi PWAM hatusemi kwamba hatutaki barabara. Hasha, tueleweke wazi. Lengo letu ni kupata barabara bora itakayodumu kwa muda mrefu unaokuja, ili vizazi vyetu vya kesho vifaidike na ile barabara. Hilo ndo lengo letu kubwa.
The petitioners are also seeking an order for the county government to conduct proper public participation in the implementation of the project.
Residents there of Malindi calling for value for money in as far as infrastructure projects are concerned. Now crossing over to matters of tradition and culture. Now over 3,000 youthful Moran graduated into young elders in a colorful Maasai traditional ceremony, having undergone a vigorous 2-month transition period in the forest. Unlike the previous ceremonies where traditional brew was used for blessing, now Morans instead enjoyed sharing meat while others chose milk.
Maparasha area of Oloilal sub-county in Kajiado Central. Celebrations of the transitioning of young Morans into young elders. The Orgashare ceremony of the Limatabatu section of the Maasai community was previously marked to introduce the young Morans into beer taking and sharing of traditional brew. The last one happened 30 years ago. This year, however, the over 3,000 Morans enjoyed sharing meat while others chose milk.
Wao watakuwa sasa wazee wa kuweza kuwabariki watoto wao, kwa sababu kabla hauja hitimu kupitia sherehe hii hauruhusiwi kwenda kubariki mtu au watu.
The graduating men would line up in a circle and fed by the elders. A Moran donned in a traditional regalia and with a red ochre on his head is required to bite a piece of the meat and take a sip of the traditional brew. However, as more Maasais embrace Christianity and modernity, the community agreed to do away with the brew blessings.
Turudi kwa mila, turudi kwa desturi. Kila mtu warudi kwao, wafundishe vijana desturi zao, kwa sababu mmeona nchi inaweza potea, na si makosa ya vijana. Vijana usipowafundisha hawajui.
Ordinarily, before a Moran undergoes this tradition, they're not allowed to take any form of alcohol, and those who choose to drink do it in secret away from the elders. The ceremony serves as a license for them to now indulge in alcoholism. During their stays at the Manyatas, the Morans are taught by the elders on the importance of upholding the Maasai culture, perseverance, tolerance, moral values and integrity.
Sasa wamekuwa kitu kimoja, hawana sasa tofauti, wako sasa wamepewa jina moja ya kuweza kuleta wao pamoja wote, ambaye nimesema ni Memiri.
The temporary manyatas constructed in a circular manner must always have an odd number, with the digit 9 being the most preferred. An odd number in the Maasai community signifies blessings, and the manyata had 49 houses.
Kwa hivyo nimefurahi sana kwa siku hii ya leo, kuhakikishiwa na wasee kuwa hata mimi pia leo nimefuka rika ya Warani, na ni furaha kuu sana kwa watu wote leo.
Those who graduated aged between 25 to 27 years were blessed by elders aged between 55 to 70 years, with the same ceremony stated to be conducted after 20 years. Yusuf Farah, Channel 1 News.
Congratulations to those Morans who've transited now from just being Morani to elders within the Maasai community, an occasion that takes place after 30 years. Now we cross over to matters of health, where health workers in Trans Nzoia County have issued a strike notice to the county government for failing to meet their demands. The health workers say they will down their tools beginning Friday after several attempts to have the county government improve their working conditions and pay their salaries on time failed.
Health services are set to be paralyzed from tomorrow in Trans Nzoia County after the county government failed to meet their demands. Regional Kenya Medical and Practitioners and Dentist Union Chairman Ismail Ayabei said the county government has delayed their salaries and has failed to improve working conditions that have made their work difficult.
In Trans Nzoia County, workers are not sure when they are going to earn their salary they have worked for. And imagine now during this COVID period, there are challenges.
When you look at issues of salaries, people are now giving excuses of problems in the Senate and the rest. But no, we've had this problem for the past 5 years. Salary delays. You can imagine today is 23rd of September. People have not earned August salary.
Speaking at Mount Kenya COVID-19 Isolation Unit, Ayabei said they have not received their allowances and can no longer report to work.
So the strike notice was issued on 7th September, and the county was given 14 days to implement the CBA, but they have not responded, and therefore the services will stop from Friday.
This comes days after nurses also downed their tools over similar demands. Beatrice Gatonyangetich, Channel 1 News.
Now, over 300 persons living with disability in Kiambu County have benefited from a wheelchair donation by Thika MP Patrick Wainaina. This as another group in Kisii County received 57 wheelchairs courtesy of a local charitable organization.
Speaking in Dumberi village, Kiambu town, while donating the 5 million shillings worth wheelchairs, Thika MP Patrick Wainaina said they have reached out to the vulnerable persons in the county. Through the initiative dubbed Jungle Foundation, over 300 disabled persons drawn from Kabete, Kiambu, Githunguri and Limuru sub-counties will take home new wheelchairs.
We say disability is not inability. These people can be able to do a lot of things and they have rights. So number one I would say, there are jobs for them in any places that you go, whether in private places, in private companies, in governments. There should be, we should be very, very serious in those vacancies for disabled people.
In the meantime, disabled persons from Ichuni ward received wheelchairs donated by Walkabout Foundation, a local charitable organization. 57 wheelchairs were lined up at Ekerubo in Gesabakwa location, each for the identified beneficiaries to alleviate their movement challenges. The beneficiaries, who had arrived in their numbers, some on wheelbarrows while others were trapped on their caregivers' backs or carried on makeshift stretchers, cycled home a happy lot.
Therefore, all leaders from all walks of life, we are appealing you to emulate this kind of program so that you can assist our people in our county and in various parts of the nation. Because I know we have so many of them who are experiencing such problems, only that they never come to the attention of the public and the media, and more particularly the government.
Beatrice Getonyenge-Tich, Channel 1 News.
Now to the global scene, where the United Arab Emirates will resume issuing entry permits this Thursday, but the issuance of the new work visas will remain suspended. This comes as more than 32 million people around the world have been diagnosed with the coronavirus and 982,000 have succumbed to the deadly virus, according to the Johns Hopkins University. However, 23 million people have also recovered.
The United Arab Emirates will resume issuing entry permits Thursday, but the issuance of new work visas will remain suspended. That is according to the official Emirates news agency WAM. This comes as Saudi Arabia announced that it will allow pilgrims living inside the country to undertake their Umrah pilgrimage beginning October 4th after a 7-month pause due to the coronavirus pandemic, state news agency Saudi Press Agency has reported. Meanwhile, the United Kingdom government has launched a contact tracing app for smartphones, which it says will help control the spread of coronavirus. The app will be available for download for people over 16 in England and Wales. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi called for a reduction in local lockdowns in order to help the wider economy during an online meeting with state leaders on Wednesday. Local police in the city of Mumbai announced a partial lockdown last week, with movement in containment zones, sections of the city identified as coronavirus hotspots, prohibited except for essential activities. Israel's cabinet has agreed to a tightening of its second national lockdown in a bid to stem a steep rise in cases. China reported 7 new COVID-19 cases on Wednesday, down from 10 the day before, the country's National Health Authority said on Thursday.
Now on to matters business, where the informal sector players have called on the government to ensure that opportunities afforded by micro, small and medium enterprises trickle down to the targeted group. An informal sector coalition says most economic recovery efforts targeting the sector are taken up by medium enterprises, locking out small and micro businesses, which form the majority of the MSMEs.
Lessened duration of operation, low demand and cash flow problems led some small businesses to close shop or reduce their operations. Micro and small businesses took the hardest hit when COVID-19 restrictions were imposed. The government came up with measures to increase the chances of survival for businesses, especially the MSME sector, which employs about 80% of the working population. Players say businesses are only beginning their recovery journey. The small and micro enterprises are, however, not amused with the distribution of government recovery opportunities for the sector.
During this difficult time, it is important that jobs are preserved, business remains sustainable, affected workers and their families are well protected, particularly the most vulnerable and those in the informal economy.
We've taken our samples to Chamber. We've taken our samples 2 times. We need them to be recognized, and if they don't meet the standards, as the chair said, they should come and train us so that at least tupate hiyo nafasi. Hii kazi yetu isiende mahali kwingine, sababu kama sector tumepigika sana.
The informal sector players are calling for support through reforms and policies, saying the sector has potential to address unemployment in the country.
We call upon the national and county governments, senators, MPs, MCAs, and the private sector, and well-wishers to advocate and encourage support for the MSE sector to continue to support the base of the economy and help in job retention during this difficult time, where majority of small businesses have closed or are facing closure.
The association is made up of Juakali artisans, hawkers, boda-boda operators, mama mbogas and youth entrepreneurs. Betty Kiptum, Channel 1 Business.
On the international business sector, that global merchandise trade volumes fell by 14.3% in the second quarter from the first of 2020 due to COVID-19. with the largest plunges seen in Europe and North America. Now, according to the World Trade Organization figures, export and import of merchandise fell by 15% and 13.6% respectively across the globe in the second quarter compared to the previous period. Here are details of this and other stories in our International Business News Roundup.
Data from 38 economies that account for more than two-thirds of the global trade in services by the WTO showed that in April and May, global trade in services fell by nearly 30% year-on-year. Merchandise trade in Europe and North America shrank the most by 21% and 20% respectively from the previous period, while Asia remained less affected, posting a 7% drop in the volume. The WTO forecast in April that global trade would contract by between 13 and 32% in 2020. However, WTO said the eventual result would largely depend on policy decisions with regard to the control of the COVID-19 pandemic, which are critical in softening the ongoing blow to trade. Meanwhile, major car makers are suing the U.S. government over import taxes it has imposed on Chinese parts. Tesla is the largest auto firm to object to custom duties introduced by the Trump administration and is demanding refunds. The U.S. and China have imposed border taxes on each other's goods and services as part of a trade war. Tensions between the U.S. and China have rapidly escalated in the recent weeks, mainly concerning technology firms. A number of lawsuits are reported to have been filed by car makers in the past few days in the New York-based Court of International Trade. Founder Elon Musk wants the tariffs cancelled along with a refund with interest of import taxes paid, according to the filing. Finally, since the 18th century, the London street Savile Row has been known for its tailoring, but things are a lot quieter than usual this year as the COVID-19 outbreak is keeping people at home. For centuries, the suit has been the go-to outfit for millions of office workers worldwide. However, UK researchers have found that 9 out of 10 people who worked from home recently would like to continue doing so in future. Many of work habits have been transformed by the coronavirus, including what people wear. And even though there may be fewer reasons to don a suit these days, its professional appeal looks likely to endure.
Now back to the local scene where Kenya Power has started relocating power lines along the JKI Westlands Expressway in Nairobi, a project expected to cost 1.08 billion shillings. Now Chairman Mahabob Maalim is pledging minimal electricity interruption during the 2-month process.
As construction of the JKI Westlands Expressway starts in earnest, Kenya Power is the latest entity yet to relocate its infrastructure from the highway's path. The utility firm is spending 1.08 billion shillings to relocate electricity infrastructure along the causeway by moving it underground.
It's about 27 kilometers, but in real number of kilometers of lines that have to be relocated because the lines are not static. Every line is connected to another one. Probably for us this is total lines of about nearly 100 kilometers or so that have to be moved or to be touched, even those that are necessarily not on the line but elsewhere, touching with the ones we are moving.
Officials who are promising minimal power interruptions estimate to take 2 months to complete the relocation process.
People who have already set up what we call structures to hold the lines to ensure that customers are on supply. Once we've done that, we move those lines to those structures which we are putting. Then the structures that are on the road, we have to remove them. And where it is a bit difficult to do exactly that, we are using our lifeline equipments.
However, the expressway, which will be the first toll road in the country, continues to draw mixed reactions among members of the public, with some saying the proposed one-way 300 shillings toll fee will be beyond reach for many commuters.
Mtu hana 300 ama anapeleka mgonjwa hospitali na hana hiyo pesa na ako na shida, hawezi pitia hapo. Kwa hivyo itabidi apitie kwa jamu. Hii inakuja kusaidia wale watu wako na pesa, sio mwananchi wa kawaida, hapana.
Barabara ikiisha itasaidia sababu jam itapungua na usafiri itakuwa rahisi.
The expressway is set for completion in 2021 and will cost 62 billion shillings. Benson Rioba reporting for Channel 1 Business.
Now on to the sporting arena, where Kai Havertz netted his first hat-trick for Chelsea FC as the Blues thrashed Championship side Barnsley 6-0 at Stamford Bridge in a third-round Carabao Cup match. Meanwhile, Eddie Nketiah's late goal secured a 2-0 win for Arsenal against Leicester City, while Everton were 5-2 winners away to Fleetwood Town.
Tammy Abraham opened the scoring for much-changed Chelsea side.
Just got away from him. That's a poor touch though, and Abraham's won it back, and Tammy Abraham has his first goal of the season.
And Havertz doubled their lead before the break.
Take him away from Halma. And here's Havertz, his first Chelsea goal.
Ross Barkley then notched a third early in the second half at Stamford Bridge on Wednesday night.
Pinched it back after great work from Havertz and swept it in for 3-0. And that might be good night.
Before Havertz added two more.
Abraham wants it in the middle. It's a lovely touch for Havertz, on target again. Great ball round the corner from Abraham for Havertz. Collins has made a mess of it. Havertz is going to walk it in for his hat-trick.
New signing Ben Chilwell came off the bench to assist a late goal for fellow substitute Olivier Giroud.
Great ball in. Olivier Giroud pays it the compliment it deserved. And he's happy.
Meanwhile, Everton will host West Ham United in the fourth round following their 5-2 victory away to Fleetwood Town. The Toffees led 2-0 by half-time courtesy of Brazilian forward Richarlison.
Here's Bernard. He dinks one in. Richarlison! Everton in front. Richarlison onto his right boots, trying to shape to shoot. Uses Iwobi, gets it back and puts Everton 2 up superbly. Great link-up play between Iwobi and Richarlison, and what a finish it was.
However, Jordan Pickford's error got Fleetwood back into the match through McDuffie.
Jordan Pickford got himself in trouble there and has paid the price, because substitute Duffy has wrapped it home after a mistake by Jordan Pickford.
With Everton replying a minute later through Alex Iwobi.
Gets to the dead ball line, Richarlison, and Everton have their 2-goal advantage back. Alex Iwobi, created by Anthony Gordon.
Another error from Pickford saw Joao Virginia net Fleetwood second, but goals from Bernard and Moise Kean ensured the Merseyside outfit came out on top.
There's the cutback, falls here for a brilliant strike from Bernard, and that should seal it, surely. 5-2 for the second game in a row, as far as Everton are concerned. Job done, but...
Now that report by our reporter Richard Munga brings the lunchtime news on KBC Channel 1 to a close. My sign language interpreter has been Lense Ndingo. We wish you a great day ahead, while Tony and Awor Nyarabongo, who took time to send in your feedback, thank you very much for staying tuned. In case you missed any stories that had been broadcast for you this afternoon, remember you can get all these details on our website, that is www.kbc.co.ke. I'm Regina Manyara. I wish you a great day ahead.
Vera Beauty College. Vera Beauty and Fashion College, with branches in Nairobi, Eldoret, Thika and Meru. Did you know that we are a TVET approved institution? We offer courses in fashion design, interior design in soft furnishing, event decoration, flower arrangement, event planning, hairdressing, barbering and dreadlocks, beauty therapy, makeup, nail technology, spa massages, teaching skills, TOT, solo business management, and many more. Register now and visit our website on www.verabeautycollege.com. You can also call on 0725 923 550 Nairobi branch, 0728 087 689 Eldoret branch, 0722 22 7428 Thika branch, 0725 000 706 Meru branch. Vera Beauty and Fashion College, a TVET approved institution.
Realize our potential.